St. John's unique is like calling a humpback a goldfish. It's wildly different here.
Hello.
Hi, remember me? We bought your old house.
Yes.
We brought some mail.
Oh,
Hey.
the diaper subscription. I forgot to cancel it.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet the memories are coming back now. The Bebo app helps you keep an eye on where your money's going.
Like how?
Well, for one, it would have told you this subscription price had gone up multiple times.
It's a lot of diapers.
Well, extra's good. So where's the baby?
Oh, he's right here. This is the baby.
And that ain't no baby.
Bebo.
Atlantic Lottery is proud to sponsor important community initiatives like this year's Canada Games.
I'ma leave it all on the line. Better believe I'll get mine. No, never, it's my time. It's my time. It's my time. I'ma leave it all on the line. Better believe I'll get mine. No, never, it's my time. It's my time. It's my time. I'ma leave it all on the line. Better believe I'll get mine. No, never, it's my time. It's my time. It's my time.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to hand out the medals. It's the bronze medal matchup between Team Alberta and Team Nova Scotia. One team from the West Coast, one team from the East Coast. This should be a dandy. Both teams suffering devastating defeats yesterday. Alberta losing in a penalty shootout, Nova Scotia losing 1-0 to Team Quebec. So both of these teams coming in hungry to win this one, hungry to get one more medal for their province. They're going to leave it all out there like they have these entire Canada Summer Games. Just Seth Hyde up in the broadcast booth for now. Matt Little will be joining me shortly for this bronze medal game. Nova Scotia and Alberta fans making some noise. They are excited for this matchup. Can't believe it is the final day already of what has been the greatest Canada Games that we have ever seen in the beautiful city of St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. It has been so much fun. The first ever Canada Games as well of gender parity. Both genders having an equal amount of athletes and sports participated in, which is so good to see. Women's soccer has absolutely rocked the rock in this second week. And we're down to our final two games here at the historic King George V Field. 100 years old this year, the oldest soccer-specific stadium in Canada. So Nova Scotia finished fourth place in the men's side. Alberta finishing second on the men's side. Nova Scotia looking to pick up their first medal in soccer of these 2025 Canada Summer Games. Alberta looking to pick up another for their total. They've been to 2 PK shootouts so far. Nova Scotia got to the semifinals by a PK shootout win against their arch rivals team New Brunswick. So both of these teams have had some pretty dramatic games. And now one final game before they head back to their respective provinces. They've definitely made their provinces, their families, their friends very proud. Representing their colors so well, with pride, with joy. It's the bronze medal of the 2025 Canada Summer Games from St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. Here comes Team Alberta getting going early. It's Dan Cox. 2 goals in this tournament so far. Scored in 2 out of 3 of Alberta's games. Put in a nicely weighted ball through to Garvey. Garvey being pressured. McCormick will push it out of play. Fast start for Team Alberta, 30 seconds into the first half. Again, they're a team that was 1 kick away from going to the gold medal game. They want to win a medal here in women's soccer, and this could be a nice start as that ball's dipped into the box. It'll roll away and head over to the corner. Lovely step over by Dan Cox. Picked up and cleared away by McDowell. Here's Dan Cox, battling hard with Buchanan. Sent up, beautiful turn, but it'll roll out of play. Ashlyn Walia has some fancy footwork. We saw that yesterday. She was doing spin moves, step overs. She had it all. She wears number 11 as Neymar is her hero. And let me tell you something, she definitely plays like Neymar with that fancy footwork she has. Knocked out of play by Team Alberta once again. Put back into play. Buchanan will work it back to McDowell. Passed up ahead, gorgeous ball by Tabat, who will play it down the side. And he'll just roll out of play. And it looks like this will be an Alberta free kick rather than a goal kick here. So 2 minutes into the first half, 0-0 our score. Alberta with the first free kick of this game. This one rolling out of play for an Alberta throw. Put back into play. Bouncing ball will make its way back into Team Nova Scotia feet as they work it from left to right. Moving it over to the near wing for Buchanan. Buchanan moving it back. It's McDowell who will pick it up, and she'll send it back to Buchanan. Back over to Olako, who will play it along. Beautiful passing by Team Nova Scotia's Jada Buchanan takes over. Now Olako. Lost that one to Garvey. Sends it back to Tebow. Tebow leaving it for goalkeeper Varney, who will pass it off to Tebow again. Pass back up the middle for Monk. Coughed up, Nova Scotia with a chance here, an extra touch. She's through into the box, she'll dip it in. Tebow pops it up, and it'll get out by Team Alberta, evading that danger as Buchanan will step up. Passing it over, Olako. Flicks it through, beautiful turn by Buchanan. As she's held off the ball, Alberta will step up and take over as that's flipped ahead. It's Colbert moving it down the wing, and Garvey will chase it out of play.
It's so wonderful to see the support here for these teams. Of course, not where they wanted to be in the bronze medal game, but doing really, really well. You know, we watched Alberta yesterday leave with tears in their eyes after not making the gold medal game, but there's still work to do. There's still a medal to win for both of these squads.
Fed out to the wing. It's picked up by Zumwalt. As she moves down the side, she'll play it back into the box. A bouncing ball will be cleared by Team Nova Scotia. They have lots of room to strengthen numbers here as they make their way back down the other side. On the sideline, Team Nova Scotia keeping it in and moving it down for Mert. Mel Mert chased after it. It's Tebow who will leave it for Varney. Back for Hornick. She moves it down the side, stepping up and attempting to take over was Buchanan. Buchanan will get it back, hands it off. Losing it as Alberta makes her way up the other way. It's Hopwood with some room. Hopwood on her left foot puts it right through the crowd and out the other side. Kennedy May was coming out and thinking about it, but it rolls out for a Nova Scotia goal kick.
A nice job by Alberta here, flying down the wing. Whether it's a shot or a cross, call it a schloss, as it just ends up kind of going through somewhere between the two.
So back into play here. It's sent ahead by McDowell. Playing it up, Alberta will kick it out in the touch for a throw-in. Here's Dancox, leaving it for Hopwood. Hopwood gets going, sends it in, cleared away. Team Nova Scotia move it up the middle. Atkinson to Buchanan. And Buchanan still with the ball. Moving along, brought down, free kick, Nova Scotia. Dipped in, bouncing ball. Varney will glove it down. A calm stop from her. She came in halfway through the game yesterday.
Played really, really solidly for Team Alberta. Even made a save in the shootout as well. Did everything she could to get her team over the line.
Here's Olako. Playing it to Mert. Back for Olako, but a beautiful play broken up by Team Alberta. Now Olako will turn and fire, and Varney making a huge save.
Yeah, that is a big one from a really good opportunity right in front of goal. Varney did well to track that one.
Here comes Nova Scotia once again. Moving the ball ahead, it's Mel Mert. Looking to get it, but it's cleared back out. Nova Scotia will reset at center, now into their own half. Move back for Zumwalt. She passes it ahead. A bobbling ball will make its way back for Atkinson. Whoopsie of a pass as Alberta moves ahead with some space. They have some room to go as it's Garvey who looked to poke it through the crowd, but Buchanan will clear as it'll head over to McDonald. McDonald, beautiful feed from her. Steps up to try to get it. And that'll be tapped out of play. Alberta throw-in coming up.
That space closes down so quickly. Yeah, that is a Nova Scotia throw as that went last out off of Zumwalt.
Here's Buchanan. Working it back to McDowell. Back over for McDowell, who will send it up the gut. Pops up in the air as Alberta will regain possession. Beautiful passing here as Shep will give it to Zumwalt. Lovely turn by Walia. Walia holding on to the ball with some room. Walia still with possession. Sending it over to the side now. Played back into the box. A rolling ball will be dealt with by Team NS. Lovely turn by Team Nova Scotia as it's passed down the side for McDonald, who races hard after the ball. McDonald passes it off for Mert. Mert with a beautiful spin move. Sending it into the box, and it'll be collected by Alberta. And they'll clear this way down the pitch.
Unfortunately for Team NS, that ball skipping just past the striker can only turn and watch as it's about a meter away from where she needed it to be able to deliver the ball onto goal.
So kicked out of play for a Team Alberta throw-in. Just 10 minutes into the first half. 0-0 our score. An all-defensive matchup so far. This free kick coming up for Team Nova Scotia deep in their own territory. Looking to build up an attack and looking for their first goal of the knockouts.
And Nova Scotia surrendered the opening goal in their semifinal against Quebec yesterday in the 10th minute of that match. So they've already surpassed that here into the 11th minute now. And of course, the other semifinal had no goals at all until we got to the penalty shootout. So there's not a lot of open space, not a lot of opportunities. These teams will have to capitalize when they get a chance.
So put back into play by Team Nova Scotia. Hard touch on the ball is dropped all the way back. Alberta gets moving. Beautiful dribbling from them as they'll work it to the near wing. Oh, that's a lovely touch as Team Alberta gets going. Pass back over. Walia. Leaving it back for Zumwalt. Zumwalt right down that wing to Colbert. And Colbert gets that kicked out of play. Alberta throw-in coming up. Along the top, it's Colbert, who will try her luck, put one on. Gobbled up by Kennedy May.
Able to wrap the right foot around that ball, get a decent strike on net. May makes it look easy as she makes that stop.
Olako passes it off. Moving it down for Buchanan. Alberta will let it roll out for a throw-in.
Zumwalt on the throw as per usual for Team Alberta.
Popped over the top. Beautiful play here by Hopwood. As it's Olako who will leave it behind for McDowell. Passed along to Buchanan. Buchanan playing it up and a foul committed by Walia. Nova Scotia drawing another foul.
Yeah, a little grab in there by Walia. Pulls her down.
Passed up Walia. Moved it ahead. Dancox couldn't get there as it'll roll out of play for Nova Scotia throwing. Wind not playing a factor so far today. There isn't a breath of wind so far here at King George V. So a huge treat for these girls on the final day of competition.
A little mist in the air, but other than that, a little warmer than yesterday too, which is nice.
Here's Hopwood with some space. Elected to put it on goal. Couldn't get it through the traffic. As Nova Scotia will spin and get going up the other way. Now turned over in midfield. Olako looking to get the ball back. It's picked up by Hornick. Hornick out to the outside for Garvey. Nova Scotia doing a great job of avoiding that attack, as it's McDowell who will send it right down. Ball popped up in the air, headed back down. Nova Scotia keeping it in play. Moving it back for Workman, who will send it to the keeper, May, who will kick it out for an Alberta throw-in.
Alberta really starting to tilt the field a little bit at this point, spending a lot more time down in the Nova Scotia half. You know, Alberta was on the back heel for a lot of at least the first half of the game yesterday against Ontario in their semifinal. Grew into the game, got more and more possession as it went on. So certainly they love to be the team on the front foot here in this one and not have to defend quite so much.
Here's McDonald. Passing it back. Olako now getting going up the other way. Passed up the middle. Nova Scotia looking to show some gumption here. They'll pick up the ball but commit a foul, and a free kick coming up for Alberta.
Now just getting into the legs of Shep and knocking her down for the foul. Little piece of the ball, little piece of the defender all at the same time.
Ball popped up in the air. Nova Scotia attempting to bring it down. Alberta will pick up and hand it off. Beautiful give and go passing from them. Now right down that wing is Dancox. Dancox holding on, looking to slip it through the gap. Played back out for Monk, who will send it way back. Hornick will move it over to Zumwalt. Zumwalt curves it in. Nova Scotia once again dealing with it as Atkinson picks up the ball. Look to find McDonald, but Zumwalt steps up. Now Atkinson look to win it back, and a Nova Scotia throw coming up. Here's Mert. Gets brought down. Foul for Team Nova Scotia. Matt, this has been a very physical game so far from both of these teams.
And we saw a lot of that yesterday in the semifinals as well.
Yeah, Ontario and Alberta, definitely two teams that didn't like each other, that's for sure. They were playing very physical. Lots of fouls in that one, same as today. As that's chopped over the top, Zumwalt, beautiful header from her as this will be popped up in the air by Team Alberta. Brought down a little bit too hard by Mert. Alberta getting it to center. Here comes Colbert. Colbert looked to pass it through. Now it's Buchanan. Walia moving ahead. Passes it back as McDowell will race after it. Moving it to McDonald. McDonald passing off now. Lovely fake here by Team Nova Scotia. As they get the ball moving to the outside, McDonald will dash it back for Buchanan to Mert. Mert now to McDowell. Up the middle for Olako. To the outside for Workman, who got stripped of the ball. Moved all the way back for Tabat, who will pass it over. Lovely touch by Shep. Shep gets moving. Sends it down the wing, and just too much on that one. Nova Scotia throw.
It's just a hard task for Nova Scotia to find a way through that Alberta back line. Tabit, Shep, and Zumwalt back there, and that is a very impressive three-woman backfield.
Here comes Alberta. Looking pretty dangerous here as they get moving. Garvey elected to put that on net as it's scooped up by May.
Another kind of searching ball, maybe hoping somebody might be able to get onto it.
Slipped down the side by Team Nova Scotia. Once again, can't get anything going as that'll roll back to the keeper, Varney, who will pick it up.
Now, things just are really difficult at this point to find those open spaces, to generate those chances. You know, you're facing the best of the best at this point. It really is kind of the set pieces, the trick plays, things like that, or just a defensive miscue that might be the difference between getting a goal or not. We know they'll be hard to come by here in this bronze medal match. Nova Scotia continuing to defend well.
Walia attempting to move that back. Lovely fake by Alberta's. That'll roll out almost to the line. Walia elected to take a quick, fast shot on net. Looked to catch the goalkeeper, Kennedy May, napping there, but didn't catch the Nova Scotia defense napping, that's for sure, as they get their body in the way to get that out.
Good instincts, though. Walia has been one of the best players we've seen maybe throughout this entire tournament for any of these teams. A wizard with the ball at her feet for Team Alberta.
Passed up, Team Nova Scotia get moving. Slipped right down the side. As it's Atkinson putting that through. Beautiful block, popped up once again. McDonald looking to get there. Now Atkinson bringing the ball down. Beautiful flick to McDonald. Buchanan picking it up. We'll hand it off to Olako. Olako bobbling the ball just a bit as Buchanan will take over. Leaves it for Olako, who swings it out wide. Back to Olako once again, and Alberta gets going. Here's Buchanan now. Beautiful pass up in the air as Walia will bring it down and send it over the top. Alberta might be in here as there's a touch taken. Slipped out, but Nova Scotia once again playing amazing on defense so far. Kennedy May hasn't faced very many shots, even though Alberta's had a lot of possession.
And they avoid the corner kick here as this ball ends up just on the correct side of the corner flag. So it'll be a deep throw for Team Alberta. And Zumwalt over to take that.
So Olako going to be helped off the field. Don't know if this will be it for her. It looks like it might be, as Genevieve Sherlock is going to check into the game. Sad to see Olako go.
Now, Olako's a good offensive threat for Nova Scotia.
Well, Coach Caitlin McIsaac knew exactly what she was doing. As soon as Olako went down, she pointed at Sherlock and said, "You're going in." So obviously Sherlock can fill the hole. As like you said, Olako, a great offensive threat for Team Nova Scotia. So we hope that she will be okay. She's had a wonderful tournament so far.
And I'm sure all these players fired up. You don't want to get all the way to the medal round and then spend the game sitting on the bench. Let's get on the field and make something happen.
It's McCormick putting the pressure on. Monk will take over. Monk shortlisted for Team Canada's CONCACAF Cup team. Safe to say she's a great player to have out there. Move down the side now. Kicked out of play by Georgia Miller.
And the smart move by Nova Scotia. Just shut down the Alberta momentum coming forward. Play it into touch. Get a chance to reset.
Now a shot from distance. Oh, just wide. What a hit. What a hit by Ashlyn Walia. Just dragged a little bit too far to the left.
Now, Walia saw a little bit of space in the net, decided to go for it from distance after winning this battle. Drives it forward and just off the mark. Wonderful strike. If that could have been tucked inside the post, I don't know if the goaltender would have gotten there. but we'll never know.
Team NS getting the ball rolling. It'll be sent down by Miller. Bouncing ball comes up. Nova Scotia working down that wing. As this looks like this will roll all the way, or potentially no, it'll be kicked out for a throw. So Nova Scotia starting to get stuff going on offense.
Yeah, that ball just running out of momentum. Alberta forced to send it out. So you can get a couple of white shirts pushed forward here.
Pass intercepted by Alberta. Taken onto it. Oh, that's a beautiful touch by Dan Cox. Now she slips it through. Nova Scotia will get there first. We talked about this yesterday, Matt. Alberta's so good in those tight spaces. They don't panic, and they always seem to find those gaps.
Yeah, they really, really do. It doesn't take a whole lot to get something turned around, get moving.
And that's a great way to be. As Nova Scotia looking to do something of their own here, there was a hold of the arm right there on the line. So Nova Scotia with a set piece opportunity from literally right on the touchline.
Yep. The grab right there from Hornick. Slowing up McDonald on the wing.
I mean, respect for McDonald for staying on her feet. Usually a lot of players would throw themselves to the ground. So respect for her to keep pushing through, to keep going. I mean, if I was Alberta's coach, Alicia Pasternak, wouldn't be too upset about taking that foul. As McDonald was zipping down that wing. That's a foul you have to take, and hopefully it'll pay off as this ball comes way into the box. Alberta looking to take care of it and almost taking care of it. Now this time they will, as Dan Cox will roll it all the way down.
And not the perfect clearance on the first attempt, but the second one gets away. Just about 27 minutes gone here in the first half. As McDonald off the head will not get to that one, all the way down to Varney.
Well, what a great effort by McDonald. Swapped her wing around. She was on our near wing. Now she's on the far wing, and it's worked out for her so far.
Yeah, Nova Scotia with that one change, with Alako coming out and Sherlock coming in. So it may have changed their shape just a little bit.
And this change of shape absolutely working so far. Here's Mert. Losing the ball. Beautiful touch. Great play by Miller. Now they have some space. A hit from distance, just wide. Oh, what a great shooting opportunity there from Team NS. And it almost paid off.
Yeah, absolutely the right play. Getting past a couple of defenders, letting it go from distance. Unfortunately, just doesn't connect properly on that shot as it ends up going a little bit wide. But well done to make a couple of the ladies miss. In the end, the finish not quite there.
Pass right down. It'll roll out of play for a Team Alberta throw-in. I thought it was going Nova Scotia's way at first by how loud the fans were just then.
Driven hard down off a Nova Scotia foot, so Alberta deep in their own end as we await a new ball. There we go. Merci beaucoup.
So Alberta have been pinned in their own territory for the last couple of minutes of this first half. Sent out to Buchanan. Buchanan taking a touch. Popping up, brought down. Bit of backspin on that one as Alberta will finally clear.
Buchanan on the run through there, just unable to, get out and wrap the left foot around it. so hard to stretch, be able to do that kick when you're at full run.
Here's a chance for Team Alberta. Finally getting some offense as it's a shot popped up in the air and it goes just up over. Now Alberta starting to come down the other way.
Plenty of offensive weapons on both of these squads. They've earned the chance to be here. They've had fantastic tournaments. Unfortunately, in this game, only one of them will go home with a medal.
Move to the far wing. Fed up the middle, great touch by Atkinson as she works back. Atkinson attempting to pass it off. It's given away for Hopwood, who will move it back. Alberta finding the room. They gave the ball away as Nova Scotia working it once again to the near wing. Slipping through, and Alberta will just have to put it out of play.
There's a substitute Sherlock for Nova Scotia, stepping up to cause the turnover.
Here's Mert putting the pressure on, and that'll once again roll out of play. And now it looks like this will go Team Alberta's way.
Yeah, the flag came up a little prematurely, actually. That ball did not touch the line, but it didn't cross it.
And now a free kick for Team NS. This game just going NS's way here in the second half of the first half. Now Monk look to bring the ball down, but Sherlock slipping a beautiful ball through. Nova Scotia going hard after it. Playing physical is Buchanan. Did she win the throw? Yes, she did.
Yep, lots of bumps, lots of contact going on. A couple of players showing a few wounds from earlier on in the tournament as well. There are some who will tell you soccer is not a physical game. Those folks are wrong.
Sherlock will work it back. Fed up the middle. Team Nova Scotia gets going. Played to the outside. That's given away to Alberta, as they'll clear that back. Now ball over the top. Headed away nicely by Zumwalt. Here's Monk now. Sending it over. Cleared away for Workman, who has the ball on the sideline. Passing it back. Nova Scotia forced to run after it here in their own end. This Kennedy May will calmly move it along. Bouncing ball makes its way nearly out of play. Nova Scotia keeping it in on that near wing. Now here's Team Alberta. Slipping it through. Maybe a chance for Hornick. Hornick holds on. Dishes it back over for Colbert. Colbert now to Hopwood. Rolling ball will head out. Another Team Nova Scotia throw.
Down the pitch, she says, get everybody moving.
Alberta keeping the ball in. Nova Scotia stopping there for a second. Now they're going to pounce on this ball. Now it's over to the near wing once again. Coughed up. Maybe a chance for Walia. She looked to make the extra move around the extra player.
That was a good steal by Walia. Nothing comes of it this time.
Now Nova Scotia looking to get going. Fed along. Walia will clear. Bouncing ball for Garvey, who looked to send it along, and Nova Scotia have just completely shut it down here as Buchanan gets the ball. Safe to say they are fired up for their injured player Olako.
Yeah, this looks different than the opening 10 minutes did. A lot more pressure from Nova Scotia, a lot less joy on the ball for Alberta.
And for the first time this tournament, we're kind of seeing them panic a bit when they get the ball.
Well, it's frustrating every time you send it into the opposition half when it's immediately cleared back out.
Beautiful pass in as Alberta looking to get a shot through. That's given away once again. Nova Scotia will get it out to the center circle.
They're pushed up a little bit now.
Right down the side, it's Dancox. Passed it in. Rolls out, Team NS will take over. It's Mel Mert going after it. Now rolling, kept in. Lovely pass here by Team Alberta, but it'll be cleared away by Team NS. Here's Zumwalt. Puts it down the side. It's Callie Dancox. Losing that as Nova Scotia will take over once again. Turned over. Alberta now seesaw last couple of minutes here in this game. It's just been back and forth, back and forth. It's like we're watching a ping pong match here.
A little bit, not a lot of shots going on right now, just back and forth through the midfield into the attacking half and then turned right back again. Neither side giving the other a sniff toward goal right now with only 4 minutes left in the first half plus stoppage time.
McCormick to Sherlock. Sherlock collects. Works it to the far wing now. Sherlock will get it back, attempted to send it through, but Alberta will intercept. Ball bouncing over the top. Alberta trying everything to get this ball into Nova Scotia territory. And now it looks like they will. They're across the halfway mark. With some room is Hornick. Hornick battling hard to win that ball back. Now it'll be picked up by McDonald. McDonald slips it up to Atkinson. Moving it back for Shep. Shep moves it to Zumwalt. Now it's over for Walia. Back to Shep. Back to Jill Varney. Shep passing it up for Dancox, who will work it back. It's Monk who moves it along. Hornick down the side as Colbert attempts to keep it in. And this will go to Team Alberta's way. Pair of headers eventually brought down by Team NS. As it's Buchanan working it back to Kennedy May. Over for McDowell. Back over for Miller. Miller slips it up through. Alberta looking to turn and go as Buchanan will fire it right back. Beautiful play by Team Nova Scotia. It's McDonald. Dancing down the sideline. A minute and a half to go. It hit the hand of Mel Mert, but it was deemed natural position as she keeps going. Slips it in and cleared away by Team Alberta. It's Workman. Looking to get the ball back. Now Garvey. Moving ahead. 1v4 right now. As Garvey will find some space. It's Walia. Takes a hit from distance. Lovely block by McDowell. As this one will roll out into touch for an Alberta throw-in.
So into the final minute now of this first half. Alberta looking for an opportunity. There haven't been a whole lot, at least not over the last little bit, as you were spot on, Seth, when you said this thing was turning into ping pong, just back and forth through the midfield. No real long-term possession for either team over about the last 10 minutes.
Here's McCormick. Lovely job to find that space. Nova Scotia hauled down. They wanted a foul there. Atkinson couldn't believe it as this goes over the top. Pigeon in the way there.
The referee is definitely letting them play.
Pigeon playing some nice defense for Nova Scotia as Garvey pulls up and fires, and Kennedy May will make the stop.
May out of Bedford, 16-year-old goaltender for Team Nova Scotia, plays with Halifax County United, one of several members on this team that do. And 2 additional minutes to be added here in the first half.
Well, this has been a real treat to watch so far. Obviously, not as much offense as we'd like to see as broadcasters up here.
Not as much offense as I'm sure the ladies on the pitch would like to see as well.
Well, as a goalkeeper, I mean, I am also kind of happy that it is 0-0.
Yeah, unless you're, Team Alberta, who's looking at 0-0 on the scoreboard, getting to halftime and thinking, oh, here we go again. Don't tell me, please.
Yeah, this would mark 3 straight games going to pens if it should happen in this one. Which I know is like a swear word for Alberta fans now. A PK shootout and maybe one final free kick coming up for Team NS.
Yeah, we've got a whole half to go before that, so I'm not worried about
time.
Yeah, not worried about the shootout just yet, but it will start to creep into the minds the longer this thing goes 0-0.
And the longer they keep playing stellar in the midfield as well, as this ball comes in. Alberta will work it to the outside. Nova Scotia kicking it out. Alberta throw-in coming up. Down the side, Nova Scotia attempting to keep it in, but McDowell kicked it out. Kicked out by Team Alberta. Another Nova Scotia throw. And that'll be the first half. 0-0 our score. Both teams playing an exceptional game defensively. They're both parking the bus in this one so far. Both teams still in search of their first goals of the knockouts.
There's been opportunities for both of these teams so far in this game, although not as many as either team would have liked. And yes, they have been very good defensively. A lot of this game has gone through just back and forth through the midfield. Teams trying to get possession, get something set up. Seen some great moves, some good efforts. A couple of good strikes as well, but nothing past the keepers as of yet. No score. Alberta, Nova Scotia through the opening 40.
Well, we'll be back for the second half of action from the 2025 Canada Summer Games.
Hello.
Hi, remember me? We bought your old house.
Yes.
We brought some mail.
Oh,
Hey.
the diaper subscription. I forgot to cancel it.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet the memories are coming back now. The BMO app helps you keep an eye on where your money's going.
Like how?
Well, for one, it would have told you this subscription price had gone up multiple times.
It's a lot of diapers.
Well, extra's good. So where's the baby?
Oh, he's right here. This is the baby.
And that ain't no baby.
BMO.
It takes a village to raise an athlete. For more than 120 years, Marine Atlantic has connected our sports communities with the people, places, and games they love.
it all on the line. Better believe I'll get mine. Now or never, it's my time. It's my time. It's my time. I'ma leave it all on the line. Better believe I'll get mine. Now or never, it's my time. It's my time. It's my time. I'ma leave it all on the line. Better believe I'll get mine. Now or never, it's my time. It's my time. It's my time.
Atlantic Lottery is proud to sponsor important community initiatives like this year's Canada Games.
A strong performer uses power wisely. The Toyota BZ4X is the official electric vehicle of the 2025 Canada Games. See our full electrified lineup at shoptoyota.ca.
We need to talk about good vibes only in sports.
At Canada Games and beyond.
Que du positif.
Good vibes only.
That means everyone has a right to a safe,
inclusive environment.
Ça veut dire un environnement exempt d'abus,
harcèlement et de discrimination.
Together, we can stop
maltreatment in sport.
Défendons l'équité et le respect.
Let's keep the good vibes going.
Pour les athlètes d'aujourd'hui
et pour ceux de la relève.
If you see something,
say something.
Élevons nos voix pour un sport sécuritaire.
Good vibes only.
Que du positif.
This is a place where imaginations can run wild. Maybe it's time to come set yours free.
Welcome to Canada Games House, proudly presented by Canadian Tire, a place where Canada Games athletes, their family, friends, and supporters get to come gather, celebrate, and chill out. Suivez-moi, allons voir. Within these walls, we welcome, accept, and respect everyone.
C'est vraiment un espace incroyable dans un site formidable au centre-ville et on a hâte que tous les provinces et territoires s'intéressent pour être ici, puis même les familles.
I actually wasn't expecting this. It's really cool to have a place where your parents can kind of be a part of it as well.
There's a lot of activities kids can do, ping pong or foosball.
I think it's great that we have a place to come here to unwind. It's a great little community inside of the games.
It just has a warm sense of atmosphere about it when you walk in here.
Canada Games are about safe sport, about culture, about good vibes only, and that we have a space that celebrates all of those values.
Thank you, Canadian Tire, for making the Canada Games House a reality. Au revoir et profitez de votre temps aux Jeux du Canada.
Calling St. John's unique is like calling a humpback a goldfish. It's wildly different here.
Dylan's always been passionate about being around the water, and each time he's been to the Canada Games, he just keeps improving.
Having a father as my coach is special to me because we have common interests that we love. I am very proud to represent Nova Scotia for a second time. I'm looking forward to trying to make improvements to my strokes to get personal best times.
Having a child with a disability doesn't mean that you can't be on a stage like this. There is a place.
Here, Dad, this is for you, for all your loving support.
Thanks, son.
Hello.
Hi, remember me? We bought your old house.
Yes.
We brought some mail.
Oh.
Hey.
The diaper subscription. I forgot to cancel it.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet the memories are coming back now. The BMO app helps you keep an eye on where your money's going.
Like how?
Well, for one, it would have told you this subscription price had gone up multiple times.
It's a lot of diapers.
Well, extra's good. So where's the baby?
Oh, he's right here. This is the baby.
And that ain't no baby.
BMO.
Legends aren't born. They're built. Icons don't become icons overnight. What you hear about is the achievement. What you see is the result. But greatness is built on wellness. So here's to heroes unsung, efforts unseen, and distant dreams humbly attained.
I'ma leave it all on the line. Better believe I'll get mine. Now or never, it's my time. It's my time. It's my time. I'ma leave it all on the line. Better believe I'll get mine. Now or never, it's my time. It's my time. It's my time. I'ma leave it all on the line. Better believe I'll get mine. Now or never, it's my time. It's my time. It's my time.
Gatorade. With electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat, carbs to help fuel your working muscles, and fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
Be seen, be heard, be remembered. Canadian AV, proud supporter of the 2025 Canada Summer Games.
For generations, we've been nurturing the communities where we live and work. Providing space to grow and preserving the environment that surrounds us. Because we understand that when we invest in communities, we invest in the future. Crosby, committed to community.
We've heard it said, nobody comes here for the weather. And yet, every spring, here they are.
Precision, vision, and strategy. The skills that make a great golfer are the same ones that make a great law firm. McInnes Cooper, an official sponsor of the 2025 Canada Games. Meet us on the course. Come celebrate our sponsorship on August 22nd.
Atlantic Lottery is proud to sponsor important community initiatives like this year's Canada Games.
Hello.
Hi, remember me? We bought your old house.
Yes.
We brought some mail.
Oh.
Hey.
The diaper subscription. I forgot to cancel it.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet the memories are coming back now. The BMO app helps you keep an eye on where your money's going.
Like how?
Well, for one, it would have told you this subscription price had gone up multiple times.
It's a lot of diapers.
Well, extra's good. So where's the baby?
Oh, he's right here. This is the baby.
And that ain't no baby.
BMO.
Be seen, be heard, be remembered. Canadian AV, proud supporter of the 2025 Canada Summer Games.
Well, welcome back to our second half of football here at King George V Field. Halftime substitution, Courtney Lesquich coming in, Jill Varney coming out, so a goaltending change. And we have Jada Jones checking in for Abigail Hopwood for Team Alberta. Those are the two changes made at halftime.
Teams will use those changes along the way here, trying to make something happen, get a little more sustained pressure, get things working a little bit more in their favor. Got to get something to break this 0-0 draw. And this the same as Alberta did yesterday, switching the goaltenders at halftime. Yesterday it was Lesquich out, Varney in. Today the opposite. So Lesquich will get the chance here in the bronze medal match to see this thing out.
Well, we're back underway here in the bronze medal matchup, 0-0 after the first half. Let's see if we'll find a winner or if we'll need penalty kicks to decide. Alberta getting the ball moving early. It's Walia. Moving it to the outside for Hornick. Back for Walia. Walia takes a touch, has a hit, and it goes just up over the net.
Walia getting herself into pretty good position there. In the end, can't keep it down, but still a good strike. Now, there's certainly options up and down the lineup. Jones, number 10, coming on for Alberta here at halftime. She scored a goal earlier in this tournament. Nova Scotia, of course, Julia Acau is their leading scorer with 3 in this tournament, and she is suspended for this match. So not an option off the bench today.
Yeah, it's really too bad for Team Nova Scotia. We did their first game of this tournament. She absolutely lit it up with 2 goals and 2 assists. And I believe that game was against Team Yukon.
You're correct.
And actually, we just discovered that the goalie of Team Yukon, Mary London, also played rugby sevens in the first week of the games.
It's very impressive. Not a lot of athletes here for the full 2 weeks at the Canada Games, multi-sport at this top level.
2 weeks at residency, baby.
And just shout out to UConn as well. Earlier today, they came home not in 12th, not in 11th, in 10th place.
Wow.
UConn ended up losing the 9-10 match, 6-0 against Saskatchewan.
Well done.
Yeah, but we're in the 9-10 match. Manitoba with a 4-0 victory over the Northwest Territories in the other match earlier on today. So Manitoba finishes 11th and Northwest Territories in 12th.
Well, I mean, a great showing from both territories here in women's soccer. And what a placement for Team UConn. A lot of teams punching above their weight here in women's soccer. This top four could have changed around a lot. Nova Scotia got through in a penalty shootout. Alberta got through in a penalty shootout. This game could have easily been New Brunswick and Newfoundland and Labrador. But they're playing for 7-8. And then you had Team BC, who was put in a group of death with Team Quebec. They're playing for 5-6 with Team PEI. So this top four really could have shifted around, which has made for a great women's soccer tournament. We saw 3 PK shootouts yesterday. An NL game that almost went to a PK shootout. I mean, it's just been so well matched, Matt.
Yeah, it's great to see the parity. You know, nobody wants to come in here and watch every game end up 10-0. And certainly there were a few mismatches along the way here in the women's soccer competition, but most of the games have been pretty good, have been very exciting, and everybody's had a chance to win, which makes things a lot more fun all along the way as Varney delivers that out of her area for Team Alberta.
Moving it forward, Alberta getting the ball rolling is picked up by Colbert, but sent right back down by Team NS. Stepping up for the ball is McCormick. McCormick racing down the side. It'll be cleared away by Team Alberta. Clara Monk. And a substitute coming in for Team AB. Charlie Henderson checking into the game. Elise Hornick coming out.
There's the switch. So 3 changes made thus far for Team Alberta.
This one tipped out of play for a NS throw-in, as it's Walia using her space. Will swing it wide for Colbert. Here's Monk. Puts it to the far side now. Alberta looking to build up their attack. Dancox. Down the corner for Jones. Lovely turn from him as she'll send this in. A popped up ball is gloved down by Kennedy May. And Nova Scotia breathing a sigh of relief.
And May had to be sharp there. Those blue shirts right up in her face. It's well delivered in from Jones. Off of the header and just caught. Right in front of the face of Colbert as May takes the ball.
So Alberta resetting on their back line. It's Tabad who will send it way ahead. Headed away by Team Nova Scotia. Lovely step over by Walia. Just such a pleasure to watch whenever she gets the ball. And Nova Scotia tipping that one out for a throw-in. Atkinson being stripped off the ball. It's Jada Jones who will work it back. Monk to Tabat. Now Shep back to Tabat again. Working it all the way back for Leskowicz. Back to Tabat. Lots of room. She'll elect to power it forward off the leg of a Nova Scotia midfielder. Another tip off the shins for an Alberta throw as they slowly but steadily make their way down the field. Walia attempting to get it back. Nova Scotia turning away. Passed over to McDonald. Coughed up, and a free kick coming up for Team Alberta.
Been a good start to the second half for the team in blue. Alberta in a good position here to drive this one high into the box.
Sent in, bouncing, Alberta will get it back. It's Walia, sending it out for Monk. Passed out to Zumwalt. Right down the wing, too much on that one. Nova Scotia throw coming up.
Well, unfortunately for Alberta, the ball ends up finding the turf. Nobody able to get ahead on it to drive it toward goal. So a good opportunity and a good spot, but no shots on goal.
Alberta looking to build it up once again as it's Monk, who passes off, intercepted by McDonald, who's looking to make something happen. McDonald. Now Sherlock putting the pressure on Walia, who will send it back to Leskowicz. Giving that up to Henderson. Henderson right down the wing, and another one tipped out of play for a Nova Scotia throw, and a slow-paced start to the second half. Pass all the way back. Make its way back to the keeper as it's sent up. Turned over to Alberta, but Nova Scotia will regain possession and get the ball rolling down the other way. McDonald open on the left. Mert like to try to move around the defender. She'll win the ball back for herself. Send it to the outside to McDonald. Turned over for Henderson, who gives it to Tabat. Taking a couple of touches, sending it up the middle. Beautiful ball from her, but Nova Scotia will clear it nearly to the midfield. Now a hit from distance, easily stopped by Kennedy May.
Jones didn't get a whole lot on that shot, bouncing toward the keeper. That's a relatively easy take, or at least as easy as they get in the bronze medal game.
Nova Scotia will regain possession. Flicked along, collected by Sherlock, who sent it back to Miller. Now McDowell. McDowell looking for the forward runner. She might find one here. An opportunity for Nova Scotia brought down. Arms going up in the air over on the Nova Scotia bench. Look for a call there, aren't going to get it. Here's Walia. Buchanan slips it through. Flag will stay down, but just too much on it as it'll roll all the way for Leskowicz.
Nova Scotia trying to get that ball forward for number 5, Ava McDonald. She's got wheels, absolutely flying out there for Team Nova Scotia.
Here's Dancox. Along the top, she'll have a shot just up over the bar. And sub coming in for Team Alberta, Kayla Cha-Yang checking in for Kaylee Dancox, Alberta's leading goal scorer coming out of the game. Passed up to McDonald. Now Walia. Moving it back for Henderson. Lost the ball and a foul coming up. Looked like Jada Jones lost her boot there.
Yep, that clip on the ankle took the shoe right off. Referee not going to miss that one.
Sent into the box all the way through and out the other side for a goal kick.
'53rd minute now. Again, still plenty of time to go here in the second half, but not a lot of danger being generated at either end of the pitch.
Move to the outside, Nova Scotia. They're going to get another throw in. Nearly 13 minutes into the first half. Here's Walia. Dancing through, brought down.
1-on-3, tough to get through there.
Here's Walia. Moving it to the outside for Henderson. Nova Scotia letting her make the first move, and it ends up working out for him. Walia bringing down McDonald. Works it back to Monk. To the outside now, it's Zumwalt. Putting the ball through, and again, too much on it as it'll head out for another Nova Scotia goal kick.
More subs coming in as well. I like the idea there, Alberta, just getting the switch on, getting over to the other side of the field. Everybody was jammed up on the near side. Let's get over to the other touch line, try to open up some space.
So Sydney Young coming in, Maya McCormick coming out. Sent back for May. Passed up the middle. Nova Scotia looking to make something happen as it's moved along, but Alberta will intercept. Sent through. Flag will stay down. Nova Scotia might be in here. Here's an opportunity for Young along the ground and right through. Oh my goodness, Sydney Young was almost a super sub just then.
Another one that end up in between a shot and a cross. McDonald was there at the back post and just about one stride too far back for me being able to cash this ball in. As we get the second look, Young sends it across. It's a good one and past both Sherlock and McDonald as it misses the post.
Sent back for Team NS. It's going to be McDowell who moves it forward. Ball popped up. Nova Scotia will bring it down. Here's Workman. Moving it over. Workman will get it back. Lost the ball to Tabat. Now here's Buchanan with some space. Hauled down, looking to find the ball. A couple of heavy challenges there from both teams as this will make its way all the way down, and May will scoop it up.
Referee content to let these ladies settle this thing by themselves. A couple of heads were definitely turned looking for fouls on that last exchange, but none given.
Another ball right over the top. It's Young busting down the wing. Fakes the cross, uses her space, flips it in. Monk attempted to clear, Nova Scotia regaining possession. Alberta will finally clear it out. Stepping up and putting it up in the air. Alberta still trying to clear the ball. As it comes down, Nova Scotia look for a handball call, won't get it. They might not need it here as it slipped through, but Leskowicz comes out and covers it up.
Good goaltending from Leskowicz. That ball coming anywhere into her area. She's going to be on that thing pretty quickly. Leskowicz had some good saves against Ontario yesterday in the first half of that semifinal.
So 23 minutes left to play. Walia look to get it. Sherlock will leave it. May will come out, scoop it up.
Talk about Walia's ability, you know, with the ball at her feet. I'm going to talk about her cardio as well, because what position do you play? 1 minute, she's a defensive midfielder. The next moment, she's an attacking midfielder, just constantly covering the vast majority of the pitch. Getting into the attack, getting back when her team needs defense.
Here's Buchanan with some space, sending it up, and the flag is up. I think that might be the first offsides call we've seen today.
Certainly haven't been very many.
I mean, I don't know if that tells us the offense has been aware or if the defense has just been so good there hasn't been a chance to be offsides yet. As it's Mert playing it through, and as I say that, flag comes up.
You jinxed it, Seth.
So no offsides the whole game, and then in 30 seconds we got 2 calls.
Sydney Young on both of them for Team Nova Scotia. And she has been a spark plug for this Blue Nosers team since coming on.
Put down the side, it's Young. Moving in, brought down. Throw in coming up for Team Nova Scotia. Here's Mert. Passing it in, given away as Alberta will clear that all the way down, and almost sending Garvey right through the crowd. Walia on the pressure. Now Colbert moving it back to Tabat. Over the top, a bouncing ball. Attempted clearance. Nova Scotia still trying to get it out. Alberta haven't scored since stoppage time of the first half against Team NL. In group stage play, they're looking to change that here. And now a free kick just outside the box coming up for Team Alberta. This is a huge opportunity for them.
Yeah, big opportunity here for Team Alberta.
They haven't scored in 180 minutes. Can they end this drought right here?
All linked together. Nova Scotia called for the foul, and it's Walia set up to deliver the free kick.
So Walia to give Alberta the lead. Steps up to the ball, sends it in and up over the net and hitting a couple of kids behind the goal. Great attempt by Walia, just couldn't get the dip in time as we have Nova Scotia's first substitute of the second half.
Yeah, exactly what I assumed was coming. Was always going to be a shot from that range and just put it over the crossbar.
Oh, Alberta also making a sub, so Ivy Kunn coming into the game. Ashlyn Walia coming out.
Again, I was just talking about how much she's run, how much ground she's covered. Eventually, you need some fresh legs on there. So a good attempt on goal for Walia's last action of the match. Unfortunately for her, just over the crossbar.
What a beautiful flick. Alberta finding some room. The ball turned over. As here comes Team Nova Scotia. Opportunity for Young. Sydney Young dancing in, puts the shot on. Leskowicz bobbled the ball, and she'll hop on it. See, she jumps on the ball like she's Sir Mix-a-Lot to make a beautiful stop.
McDonald was right there looking to clean up that loose ball. Another good delivery by Young.
It's Kun who will pick it up. Kun will collect once again. Moving it back as it's sent over the top, and it's Garvey who might be through. Garvey attempting to power in as this ball might roll out of play. Looks like a foul there against Garvey for that shove. And a Nova Scotia free kick coming up. So Emily Hall coming into the game for Elizabeth Atkinson, and Reagan Toy coming in for Fabi Zumwalt.
Zumwalt, another player for Alberta that's logged a lot of minutes, a lot of miles out there on those boots. So going to the bench, trying to keep things fresh. And that should be the maximum amount of changes made for Team Alberta.
Picked up by Nova Scotia at center. Move to McDonald. McDonald now playing it through. She'll get it back. McDonald busting down the side, and a great challenge by Team Alberta. It will be a Nova Scotia throw-in, but what an unbelievable job by Monk.
Yeah, good hustle by Monk. As McDonald, we've talked about her speed coming down the wing, and Monk says no.
Getting all ball there. That is a great challenge from her. As it's moved up, Cha Yang will pass it off. This heads out of play for a throw-in for Team NS. 16 minutes to decide this one. And we will see another PK shootout. Still plenty of time left to go.
And of course, if this game is tied 0-0 through 80 minutes, it will go directly to a shootout. If the gold medal match is tied, we would see two 15-minute halves of extra time, but that is only in our next game, in the gold medal game. Not so here. This one goes straight to the spot. But we've seen a lot more energy in the game, Seth, since these substitutions have come in. We've had some dangerous looks.
Absolutely, the offense of both teams starting to kick up here as this second half winds down. It's passed up by Team Nova Scotia. Can they get it to dip back around the crowd as it's popped up by Leskowicz? It'll be picked off. Alberta bringing it up the other way. Sent over for Ivy Kun, who lost the ball. Holly Buchanan now turning it over. It's Cha Yang moving it down the side. Here comes Team Alberta. Shep picking it up near the corner flag. Now Cha Yang looked to get the shot off as that'll be cleared away. Monk looking to collect the ball. A lovely slide by Mert to push that away. Here's Kun. Losing it. Nova Scotia now regaining possession. Sent right down that wing, but just too much on it as it'll roll out of play.
So Young has come on, been a good spark for Team Nova Scotia. Helped them go down and get a couple of really good looks on goal. Alberta's got some fresh players out there as well, but it's one of the ones that's been on the field here, number 22, Garvey. She's been real quiet throughout this game, has had just no service. Want to see them trying to get her more involved.
Ball kicked out of play by Team Alberta for another Nova Scotia throw. So it looks like Workman having a chat with Lillian Ryu.
Workman's going to get a little bit of attention for Team Nova Scotia, so for the moment they will carry on with 10.
So not the time that you want to have 10 players out there for Team Nova Scotia. Workman isn't injured, just getting tended to by the trainer.
Now, you can't be on the field with any sort of blood going on, so even if you just have a tiny little scrape from making a slide challenge or something, if it's just enough to open up a little skin of the knee, that needs to be dealt with before you can return to the pitch.
This cleared out by Team Alberta. Heads up Volunteers. As we're back to 11v11 here in the 68th minute. Here comes Team Nova Scotia now. Sydney Young with a nice switch step. Rolling down, Shep will grab the ball and kick it out. Or no, keeping it in. Well done by Alberta. Get that to roll right along the line as Nova Scotia still pushing. It's Emily Hall making the challenge, and Alberta with a free kick and being bailed out here.
Hall, another offensive threat for Nova Scotia. She's got a goal already in this tournament, and fresh legs here late in this match.
Here's Colbert. Passes off, it's Kun. To the right side now, a bouncing ball. Sent in by Cha Yang as it'll be cleared away by McDonald and Team Nova Scotia. Mert looking to move it forward. NS will pop this up. Another bouncer. Makes its way back, and Alberta will put it right back up in the sky. Here's Buchanan. Losing it to Garvey. Now it comes over for Tabat. Beautiful flick by Kun. That's beautiful. Cha Yang. Passes off for Kun with some space. Kun passes off now. Sent in and blocked, and they'll get a friendly bounce for a corner kick for Team Alberta. And is this the first corner we've seen of the game?
It certainly hasn't been much. I believe we have seen a corner earlier on, but it's been a minute. Let's go with that. Some good looks for Alberta. Wanted a shot there a few moments ago, but Nova Scotia closing quickly. Suddenly 3 white shirts in the way. Alberta will make a sub following the corner. Will be their last one of the match. As there will literally be no one else on the bench that has not come in.
Sent in, headed away. Goal kick coming up for Team NS. Well, this second half won't see very much stoppage time as we have another sub coming in. Ava Buke checking into the game. Garvey coming out. What a game from Ayana Reed-Garvey. Miller. Turned it over to Buke. Cleared away by Team Nova Scotia. Is this a rollout? Just about 8 more minutes left to play in the second half. Both squads still in search of their first goal of the knockouts.
Still 2 subs available for Team Nova Scotia if they wish to use them. Well, 3 if you count the goaltender. Of course, Alberta did change their keeper at the half. Jane Van Kessel, number 4, and Charlotte O'Dane, number 22, still available to come on. Of course, Julia Cow, number 11, suspended for this match, as we see a card.
2 cards here. Monk getting one, Mert with the other. This referee has something against people with the last name that starts with M. Both of them getting tangled up. Monk with a little clap in the air of Mert, and that was enough to get the yellow. Mert has made a lot of challenges in this game. That's the first one that's caught the referee's attention. So a huge opportunity for Team Alberta in the 73rd minute as this goes way into the box. Pops up in the air, opportunity for Alberta as it comes back down. Kunn looking to get the shot off. It comes out, hits a couple of bodies, and Nova Scotia will clear. That looked really scary for a couple of seconds for Team Nova Scotia.
Certainly did. Huge kick driving this one down was Toy. Very tall player, long legs, lots of power in that. Being able to get the ball all the way downfield.
So Team Nova Scotia throw-in coming up. I think this is supposed to be a free kick. Could be wrong.
No, you got it right.
So Miller gonna step up to take this. Nova Scotia now with an opportunity. Miller giving this quite the boot to get it in. Headed away. Leskowicz going to come out and make sure that it doesn't roll out for a corner kick. You can see the nerves on both benches here. Both teams with their hands on their faces, looking so nervous. For the girls that are out on the pitch right now, as every move counts as we near the final 5 minutes plus stoppage time, which there probably won't be very much, as it's moved out to Young.
Obviously not impossible, but it's really difficult to picture anything other than a 1-0 victory in this game. If anybody can find one in the next 5 minutes, you got to figure it'll be good enough.
Here's Buke racing down the side. She's looking for that coveted goal right now. She slips it into the box, cleared away nicely by Team NS. They have a no-nonsense policy. They just clear those balls. As it's moved to the outside. Sent in once again, and May will let it roll out so she can kill off a bit more time and get a goal kick here. Punted down the sideline. Alberta will move it over. Passed along. It'll be intercepted. It's Buchanan. Look to pass that ahead. Now sent along by Team Alberta. Team Alberta with some space. It's Jada Jones. Hauled off the ball. Going to be cleared away by Workman. McDonald will bring it down. McDonald takes it up the other way. Passes off. Quick little give and go. Turned over now. It's going to be Nova Scotia who brings it up. Here's Mert. Twisting away. Has a hit. Leskowicz going to let that roll out for another goal kick.
And you want to get in a better position there before you take the shot, but as the clock continues to tick down, suddenly any position where you can see the goal is a good position. Any shot toward the net's a good one.
I'd love to see a heat map of this game. It would be dark red in the middle of the field, as that's where everybody has spent most of the time in this game. After those first 10 minutes of the first half, it's just been defense, 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 but not so fast. Alberta with some room. They head down the side. It's Colbert who whips it in. She'll get it back for a second chance. Down the wing now. Cha Yang passes off. Popped up, cleared away by Team NS for throwing in dangerous territory for Team Alberta. And a sub going to come in for Team Nova Scotia. Out comes Ava McDonald. In comes Charlotte O'Dane.
Just nothing left in the tank for McDonald. Another one that has done an absolute ton of running in this game.
And you got to think that that's a tactical change by Nova Scotia. Maybe O'Dane is brilliant from the spot, should we get there. Again, 2 minutes plus stoppage time is still a long time to go in this game for both teams.
Well, yeah, at this point, if you've got one of your better penalty kick takers on the bench, you sub them in.
A challenge from Alberta will result in a Nova Scotia free kick.
These teams want to win this thing in regular time. They don't want to have to go through the extra stress, but we are only a few minutes away from that inevitability, it seems like. Goals here in these playoff matchups have been tough to come by.
Here's Workman. Passes it to Miller. Back to Kennedy May. May will collect. Drops it back over to McDowell. Both teams with experiences from the spot in this tournament so far. So no team coming in as rookies, that's for sure. Nova Scotia getting going. Hull looked to pass it along, intercepted by Kun. Cha Yang chips it over the top. Alberta looking to break in. Referee shaking her head, not giving a PK this late in the game.
No, Colbert going down far too easy there.
I mean, worth a shot.
100%. Some of the collisions we've seen in this game go by and not be called fouls. That was never going to be a penalty.
Here's Cha Yang. What's the referee going to pick here? Yeah, this will go Nova Scotia's way. So it looks like we're going to have 3 minutes of additional time in this matchup. This is going to be a long 3 miles for both teams before we get to PKs, if we get to PKs. Sent to the outside, kicked away by Nova Scotia. Now it's Henderson. Moving it along, it'll just roll out of play. Is Nova Scotia gonna have a chance to throw it in and get something going here just 30 seconds into stoppage time?
This would be absolutely miraculous if somebody can pull one out in stoppage time here in the second half.
I'd say we've seen 1 or 2 shots on target between both teams if we're lucky so far in this match. So you got to think that both of these goalies are a bit cold when it comes to shots on target.
Yeah, most of them have gone wide, over top of the bar. Goaltenders have done a little work in their own areas, but haven't had to come up with a lot of game-saving saves. Maybe one needed from Leskowicz here as Nova Scotia comes forward. Never mind, says Alberta. Driving that out was Monk.
So Nova Scotia getting deeper and deeper into Alberta territory. Put back into play. Sherlock out to the wing for O'Dane. And the flag comes up, offsides against Team NS. field wide. Alberta getting the touch around. Here comes Team Alberta with some room, with some time. They might have an opportunity here as it's Jada Jones stepping over. Got the ball right in the face. They're going to call the trainer over right away. We hope that she will be okay.
Yeah, that one stings. Jones did not see that coming.
So here's the replay, but right there.
Coming off the foot of Hall for Nova Scotia. Certainly players, you know, make plays off the head all the time in soccer, but it's usually off the top of the head and you usually know it's coming. So things continue to grind down here in stoppage time with the injury timeout.
So we're past 3 minutes now. I think they're going to add some time.
Yeah, they'll have to add a little bit. We weren't quite there, and then this stoppage going on. So there may still be one more chance. Everybody in blue over at the bench for Team Alberta.
Can you imagine if this goes to 3 straight PK shootouts for them? So Alberta don't have any more subs left.
No. Literally everyone on the bench has come into the game.
Including the goalkeeper.
Yes, literally everyone. Jill Varney was the one who played in the shootout yesterday for Team Alberta. It will be Courtney Leskowicz's responsibility today. Be a drop ball for Nova Scotia as we get back underway with very little time to go.
So will Nova Scotia give it back to Team Alberta? No, they're going to take possession here. 1.5 minutes, over 3 minutes. As Nova Scotia looking for one last rush. Ball nearly slipped through. Now Hall will pick it up. Just outside of the box. Intercepted by Toy. And now Alberta will get a free kick and probably the last action of the second half.
Toy launches it again.
Brought down by Team Nova Scotia. Looking to get something going. It's Young. Racing around the outside, but well done by Tabat to get it back. And a brilliant ball from her. It's Buke. Going down the right wing. Buke. Oh, lovely stuff from Buke. She'll swing it into the box. Headed high. And will Alberta let this roll out? They will. For one final corner kick, just their second of the game. It could be the biggest one of the tournament for them.
Everybody up, everybody up. Team Ontario watching this one from the stands. Quebec is here as well.
So Kun going to be the one on the corner for most likely the last action of the game. It's sent in, headed up in the air and brought down by Kennedy May. And a free kick coming up for Team Nova Scotia. And now May is in some trouble.
And Nova Scotia complaining immediately that Colbert made contact with the goaltender and the foul was given for the contact with the keeper. May gets a hug from her teammates, because she's got work to do. There's the header in. And the jump into the keeper was late. She had already made the catch before contact was initiated.
And that'll do it. PKs is what's going to have to decide the bronze medal for the third straight game for Alberta, for the second time this tournament for Team Nova Scotia. I hope that the parents and relatives and friends of these families don't have their blood pressure up too high.
So yesterday in the semifinal, Alberta hit their first 4 and then missed their last 2.
They had the chance to win it as well on 2 occasions.
They did. They took the early advantage as Ontario missed kick number 3. So for Alberta, Colbert, Monk, Shep, and Tabbitt all scored from the spot. Dancox and Toy missed. So we'll see if any of those players get a second shot at this one. And again, the goaltender is different for Alberta as well. As yesterday it was Varney, today it will be Leskowicz. Team Nova Scotia, going back to their shootout with New Brunswick. It was 5 shots, all of them went in. Emily Hall, Acau, who is suspended and not in this match, Buchanan, Young, and Workman were the goal scorers for Team Nova Scotia.
So for the first time, we're going to see the PK shootout on the right side of the field, which would have been great in last week's gold medal game. So we wouldn't have had the entire city of St. John's on the field. Well, Nova Scotia undefeated in spot kicks so far. Perfect 1-0. Alberta 1-1.
And it was May who was the goaltender for Nova Scotia back in their shootout win earlier on in the tournament.
Well, the fans starting to get loud.
Hall shooting first for Team Nova Scotia. Leskowicz trying to make herself big.
Hall puts it up, and it's good. Showing off the badge, telling the fans to make some noise, putting that on the left side.
Hall wasting no time getting that ball off.
What a great PK from her. As it's going to be Clara Monk, the captain of Team Alberta. So Monk taking a big, deep breath, getting zoned in.
The tension on.
Monk versus May. Puts it up, and it's good. Just beating May on that right side, middle right side. What a brilliant PK right along the ground.
May had just started to move to her right, had to come back to the left. She ends up close, but not enough. As Monk sends it home, 1-1.
So Jada Buchanan up next for Nova Scotia, played all 80 minutes of this matchup. Buchanan with a quick run up, and it's in! Putting it just up over Leskowicz. Another brilliant PK. The shooters are perfect so far.
So often you see people try to delay, get in the goalie's head, try to get the goaltender to commit first. Nova Scotia just not wasting any time. As soon as that whistle goes, boom, back of the net.
So Mel Mert up next, or excuse me, looking at the wrong roster here. Jada Jones, who took the ball to the face a couple of minutes ago. Let's see if she can put the ball in the net.
It's a short run up here for Jones. She'll take her time.
Jones steps up. It's denied! What a save by Kennedy May. Advantage Team Nova Scotia.
Off the keeper, off the post, and out. Heartbreak for Jones, but it's not over yet.
Well, we saw that yesterday. This shootout far from over, but what an advantage for Team Nova Scotia. Look at the excitement of Kennedy May.
2 rounds of 5 complete. 2-1 Nova Scotia.
So Genevieve Sherlock, the early substitute for Team NS. 2-1 in the PK shootout so far. Can she make it 3? Sherlock, yes! Top right corner where mom hides the cookies. 3-1, Team Nova Scotia. Perfect 3 for 3.
It's so tough. You don't want to roll that ball on the ground where it's easier for the goaltender to get, but it's dangerous when you put it in the air. But that one, perfect placement, not too high, not too wide, tucked into the corner.
So a huge PK for Tabat. Tabat steps up and she skied it! Nova Scotia are 1 kick away from the bronze medal.
And that's what I mean from that last shot from Nova Scotia. It's so dangerous putting that ball up, elevating it, because you don't want exactly that to happen. Nova Scotia got it right. Alberta, a little too much power. And Alberta needs a little bit of help here as Nova Scotia steps up, getting ready to go. The captain, McDowell.
Rebecca McDowell to give Nova Scotia 1 final medal. McDowell puts it in! Aye, Captain! Team Nova Scotia have won the bronze medal at the 2025 Canada Summer Games.
Tears of joy for Team Nova Scotia as they come through 3rd place. Heartbreak for Alberta as the penalties get them again for a 2nd straight match. Alberta with a wonderful tournament, good enough to come away with the medal, but the soccer gods do not smile upon us. And it's Nova Scotia who will take bronze.
Well, a heartbreaking way for Alberta to lose here. They had a fantastic game in this bronze medal match, a fantastic semifinal, and a fantastic tournament. 2 PK shootouts, that's the closest you can get to winning. But Nova Scotia jubilant. Perfect 4 for 4 from the spot, undefeated in PKs. A well-deserved win from the Blue Noses.
Nova Scotia went 9 for 9 on penalty kicks in this tournament. All 5 against New Brunswick and all 4 here against Alberta. And they had to be good. Leskowicz went the right way. She was right there to make the save, just not able to get to it. Then it's Team Nova Scotia that celebrate as they will go home with a medal here from the Canada Summer Games.
Well, what a great bronze medal matchup from both of these teams. There was the start. This has been a lengthy matchup, but it was a dandy. A couple of opportunities early in the game from both teams. There was a deep shot from way downtown by Walia. There's a pigeon looking to get in on the action.
Was playing defense for a while.
Another shot by Garvey there. Both teams didn't have much offense. The defense was the story. Wally had just putting that one up over the bar. There was the 3 additional minutes that turned into 7. There was Alberta's only goal in this penalty shootout. Nova Scotia picking up a huge, huge win in this bronze medal match. Well, myself and Matt will be back for the gold medal game between Ontario and Quebec. Be sure to be kind to one another. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time. Have a good one, folks.
It starts with a spark and becomes a guiding light. Teamwork, friendship, getting social. When the games are gone, the games go on. Orange Store, fuel the spirit.
Legends aren't born. They're built. Icons don't become icons overnight. What you hear about is the achievement. What you see is the result. But greatness is built on wellness. So here's to heroes unsung, efforts unseen, and distant dreams humbly attained.
It takes a village to raise an athlete. For more than 120 years, Marine Atlantic has connected our sports communities with the people, places, and games they love.